Today we're going to learn two different techniques. We're going to use the framing technique and the paraphrasing technique on three paragraphs that I have here on the paper. Jenna's going to read them for us. I'm also going to attach this file if you want to follow along or if you want to print it off and read it for whatever you do. Whenever we get done, she's going to read this, and afterwards I'm going to show you guys how to use each technique and then kind of explain what the difference is or how they can be similar. So she'll go ahead.
Okay, paragraph A. In recent years, we have all been exposed to dire media reports concerning the impending demise of global coal and oil reserves, but the depletion of another key non-renewable resource continues without receiving much press at all. Helium, an inert or odorless monatomic element known to lay people as the substance that makes balloons float and voices squeak when inhaled, could be gone from this planet within a generation. Paragraph B. Helium itself is not rare. There is actually a plentiful supply of it in the cosmos. In fact, 24% of our galaxy's elemental mass consists of helium, which makes it the second most abundant element in our universe. Because of its lightness, however, most helium vanished from our own planet many years ago. Consequently, only a minuscule portion, 0.0052% to be exact, remains in Earth's atmosphere. Helium is the byproduct of millennia of radioactive decay from the elements thorium and uranium. The helium is mostly trapped in subterranean natural gas bunkers and commercially extracted through a method known as fractional distillation. Paragraph C. 3. C. The loss of helium on Earth would affect society greatly, defying the perception of it as a novelty substance for parties and gimmicks. The element actually has many vital applications in society. Probably the most well-known commercial usage is in airships and blimps. Non-flammable helium replaced hydrogen as the lifting gas du jour after the Hindenburg catastrophe in 1932, during which an airship burst into flames and crashed to the ground, killing some passengers and crew. But helium is also instrumental in deep-sea diving, where it is blended with nitrogen to mitigate the dangers of inhaling ordinary air under high pressure, as a cleaning agent for rocket engines, and in its most prevalent use as a coolant for superconducting magnets and hospital MRI scanners.
All right, so some tough reading there, but we're going to break down the two different strategies. The first one is paraphrasing, and here are the 3 steps as Ms. Mosher has put on the internet for us. So we're going to break it down to just the first paragraph for the paraphrasing technique, so paragraph A, and we'll say we're going to use this little sheet here to help us fill it out and kind of determine what we want to say. So the first part is, what is this paragraph about? What would be a small little one word or a few words you could say?
The depletion of helium.
Okay. So now what is that? So now the next part would be, what does it tell me about it? So what would it tell you?
Helium, which cannot be made naturally, could be grown.
What did you write down? Could be gone.
Gone from our planet within a short time.
Okay. So like paraphrasing, then we would want to turn that information we have into our own words. So kind of one sentence, what was this paragraph about?
Helium will be gone in a short time.
Okay, so we have that, but that was only one paragraph. So now if we wanted to use the framing technique, we would want to look at all 3 paragraphs and break it down that way. Now I have a sheet around here somewhere right here. This is the frame we're going to use. There's a ton of them out there, and if you did some research, you'll see that there's ways and ways of doing this. And she's already filled out this, so she's going to read it for us. And the first part would be the key topic. What would be the key topic of the 3 paragraphs that you read?
Helium.
Helium. Now what is it about?
The depletion of helium.
Okay. Now we're going to break all 3 paragraphs down. We have 3 different main ideas, as you can see. And we're going to put the 3 different paragraphs, A, B, and C, break it down that way, and then maybe a couple facts from each one. So what was the first paragraph? What's the main idea of that?
That helium could be gone within a generation.
Okay. What about a few details?
More attention, like to coal and oil reserves, and a key resource for us because they make balloons float and I make our voices squeaky.
And do even more than that we even know. So what about the second paragraph? What would be the main idea?
Helium coming from, well, that would be a detail, but it's the second most abundant element in the universe.
And then what about a couple details?
Helium coming from radioactive decay, like from thorium and uranium. And then it's also 24% of our galaxy's elementals.
Alrighty, and then what about that third paragraph, that long
one? Its effect on society.
Okay, what are a couple details?
Commercial use, like the airships and the blimps, and then cooling for tools, like the MRIs and hospitals.
Alrighty, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a big idea from the 3 paragraphs, understanding what they were about, but once again, a real short statement. So what would you say?
We need to find a way to conserve helium and create more helium naturally.
Very good. So now you guys saw the two different techniques. Now they can both be used to help you understand what you read. The paraphrasing would be more like per paragraph. You can break it down into statements and then put all those together. As the framing, you're going to break down main ideas from multiple paragraphs and combine them and try to form one big idea. So you've seen us use both techniques, and hopefully this is a little bit of a help. Thank you.